Stand on what you say and only say what you can stand on, man. Hey, you remember you remember when you realized that these smartphones got you not remembering numbers and shit? You can't remember phone numbers because usually, check me out. Usually, before we start getting smartphones, every time we called a number, we would be dialing the number every time 356 2566 with the area code in front. And you would press those numbers every time, which pressed it on your conscience every time for you to remember it, right? Now, you got a smartphone, and when you calling somebody, you just go to the name. You don't see no number or nothing really. Some phones do, but for the most part, you're not seeing no number, and you're not seeing it, and you're not seeing it or going through it or pressing the buttons enough to remember it and keep it imprinted on your conscience. Boom, you go to jail. Or you somewhere where you can't access your phone and you got to remember a number offhand. You don't remember it, and you realize the smartphone is the reason why. So why I say that? I say that because a lot of children is growing up off the tablet. They never got a chance to really do extensive writing and just using their mechanical skills, right? A lot of children is growing up strictly off the tablet. They do a little bit of writing, but it's mostly the tablet. So that ain't good. That's not good because the same way that the smartphone stopped us from memorizing the cell phones, we're not allowing the children to develop their full motor skills. They ain't developing their full motor skills, right? So it's very imperative to make sure that I ain't saying the tablet is a bad thing, but you don't want to rely solely on that. You want to keep your kids writing, pointing, touching, and doing a lot of that kind of stuff when they learning, because that's how they learn the best, and that's how they grasp concepts the best. Not by looking at a screen and just touching. They got to develop their full motor skills, man, for real. And it's the same thing, just like the smartphone, except they starting out at a young age, not even getting a chance to really use those motor skills. We got to use the motor skills, then they start introducing the computers and all that kind of stuff to us. They starting off with computers, so they not really getting to use as much motor skills as us. They starting off with a phone, so they automatically can't remember the number unless you teach it to them, unless you keep imprinting it in their mind. That's a fact. So the sum of it is keep your children motor skills going. You see what these smart devices done to us, it actually dumbed us down in different ways. We was able to excel and get smarter in ways, more, get more information, but it also dumbed us down too in ways. And we can't run from that. We gotta acknowledge that. And especially if you ever been to jail, because them be the most crucial times where you be needing to remember a phone number and you can't remember nothing. So yeah, let's get it. Keep the motor skills strengthened. Keep the motor skills strengthened. You know, a little bit of the tablet. No shame to nobody using the tablet. Just don't solely rely on it. Don't solely rely on the tablet. Stand on what you say and only say what you can stand on, man. Smack that like button. Smack that subscribe button. Follow me on Instagram. Let's get it.